Well, as the war in West Asia continues to widen with violent exchanges between the Israeli Defense Forces and Lebanon's Hezbollah group escalating, a new humanitarian crisis has begun to emerge. After Gaza, civilians in northern Israel and southern Lebanon caught in the crossfire are having to leave their homes. Our next report telling you more.
Ferial Mehsen evacuated her family from the village of Sadiqin in southern Lebanon. She went back to fetch their belongings and help her neighbours leave. I don't scare easily, she says. Then an Israeli airstrike hit close by. In a school-turned shelter in Beirut, she scrolls through messages from loved ones who feared the worst. "Are you still alive? I heard you were dead," this one says. Israel's bombardment of southern villages, striking what it says are sites linked to the Iran-backed group Hezbollah, has driven tens of thousands of Lebanese like Mehsen from their homes. The 2-hour drive to Beirut took the whole day when they joined the throng clogging the highways. And they ended up in the same shelter that Mehsen used during the last major conflict between Israel and Hezbollah in July 2006.
I witnessed the July war. We were definitely scared, but not like these days. We suffered and were displaced onto the streets, and we also faced that in 2006, but now the situation is much harder.
Suad Made was registering her name at the same shelter after fleeing the southern village of Qusayba. Reaching Beirut did not bring a sense of peace. Even in Beirut, there is an atmosphere of war. Of course we're in a war, she says. The residents of both women's villages had got used to sporadic bombardment nearby over months of cross-border fire triggered by the war in Gaza. But they were unprepared for a sudden escalation on Monday, Lebanon's deadliest single day since its civil war ended in 1990.
The first thing I thought of was to take some clothes so I could change if we got somewhere. Just the basics, and of course, the medicines I take. Nothing more than that. No one cares anymore about little things like the house, because fear takes over. You just want to get out alive.
Where is it? It's over our head.
That's the sound of rockets being intercepted over northern Israel, where Oren Kakun is sheltering in a hotel, as he has since last October 7th. When he fled the town of Shlomi, fearing Hezbollah fighters might cross the nearby Lebanese border and attack Israel like Hamas did that day, killing 1,200 people, according to Israeli tallies. He's one of tens of thousands who've left homes in northern Israel in recent months, and he sees hope in the latest escalation.
I think we see a little bit light, that we attack seriously Hezbollah, that we show them that we want to go back home. And this is what we see now, that the strength of the IDF, that wasn't there in the 7th of October. And all of us are hopefully that it will be until we get safe again.
As the fighting has slowed in the ruins of Gaza, Israel's military focus has shifted to the north. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been under growing political pressure to bring the evacuated residents back to their homes.